Hi Boopsies, it's me, Tony Bomboni ASMR. Welcome back to your video. Today I'm going to be doing some Dunkin Donuts eating. Just a little bit, very brief munching. I'm not going to be like all loud, chewy, and obnoxious with it. I'm mostly going to be talking and showing other stuff in this video as well. But I felt drawn and called to do kind of a sit down and chat type of video, which you guys really enjoy on this channel. So here are my napkins to wipe my mouth and fingers with after chewing. And I'm gonna start showing you the donuts. So make sure you subscribe before this begins if you like the simple format content. And check me out on TonyBomboni.com. All week long I'm offering a bonus 5 minutes for free on any booking service you sign up through Saturday, September 27th, 2025. So yes, you have a few more days to sign up for your own bonus free 5 minutes per session. Links below in the description box for your own. Okay, this shirt's kind of funny. It's kind of acting up weird. Okay. Anyway, so here we go. I have a dozen donuts minus maybe 2 donuts because we already ate through a couple. But smells good. Do you guys remember that Dunkin Donuts mukbang I did? Like 2 boxes of donuts. Whew, I wish I could still eat like that. So I guess minus 3 donuts because there's only 9 now. But I always request ones without raspberry filling or chocolate because I can't have that. But we have the maple, the 3 blueberries, the sour cream, plain, vanilla, and strawberry. So I already had I believe the strawberry. I don't know if I had the blueberry. I know I had the strawberry, but I don't know if had the blueberry. Someone had the sour cream. So he had the sour cream and the blueberry. I just had the strawberry. That's right. So these are what's left. So I think I'm gonna try one maple one. I really love the maple donut. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat that now. I'm just talking with you. I hope you enjoyed the last 2 videos. They were very long videos. And I definitely enjoy doing those as much as I enjoy doing the short ones, you know. It's nice to switch it up. Oh, here's maple. Oh. I definitely can't have too much maple, like mapley syrup, like it's too sweet, you know. I made pancakes the other day. That was delicious. And then I made them again because they were so delicious. Yeah. So. No matter if they're buttermilk pancakes and you cook them with butter, you still gotta put butter on it. You know, you can't have too much butter with pancakes. It really does make it better. And just get a good high quality maple syrup. That's lovely. I just feel like spreading gratitude, love, and joy today because, like, I still have a YouTube channel. I still get to do this for a living. I still get to help people. I still get to reach people. And I'm so grateful. I just want to send thanks your way for watching. You know, I can't do it without you, your support and love. So I really do appreciate it. And, you know, even if I didn't have that much support and love, even if I only had like 50 views or 500 views a video, you know, I would still do what I do. You know, at that point, you know, I'd have to do other things if that ever happened. But, you know, I would still film videos, even if it wasn't that frequently. But I have eventually been thinking, like, I'm definitely not burned out, but like I feel like with age and time, like maybe by 35 years old, I think my goal is to, in the next 4 years, to kind of like, instead of 7 videos a week, maybe 6 videos a week. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. Sometimes I thought of doing 2 videos a day, you know. But, I've always been like this with like experimenting with YouTube channels, being on YouTube since I was 14 years old, you know. That was like 17 years, 18 years almost now. So, I've always been experimenting and doing things differently. Trying new things, you know. Like the other day I tried like a thumbnail, like it just wasn't popular, you know. People didn't like it. So I'm like, I'm always the first to do something new or different, I've noticed, you know. And people always want to hate on me for doing that, you know. But it's not about me, right? It's like because people see something new, and that's, you know, that's like people are not used to change. I notice a lot of people, even on ASMR community, people don't like change. You know, they like the same old, you know, boring thumbnails. They don't like something too attention grabbing, you know. So it's different than the rest of YouTube who uses those kind of thumbnails. And yes, you are allowed to use AI thumbnails as long as it has something to do with your video, you know. And one of them, people were saying like, oh, it didn't really look like me. Like, I could see it. I worked like 2 hours trying to get it perfect. It wouldn't recognize my face no matter what I did. It just always wanted to alter me. So I didn't really like it. So I ended up stopping using it. But I was like, let me try something new and different. 5 years from now, it's AI thumbnails going to be so normal, you know. Like when I was first doing Patreon, people hating on me because was the first doing Patreon ASMR. People hated me. Now everyone does it. The first to, you know, wear makeup as a guy. People hated me. Now they do it all everywhere. Like there's so many homosexual men doing makeup who are gay who are on ASMR videos now. Like, you know, so they always gonna hate when you're the first to do it. Period. So I don't care what anyone says. I'm just spitting truth because it's true. It's what I've seen on 18 years on YouTube now, right? First gay male to do reply videos, argue with PewDiePie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the first to do so much. Like, it wasn't about me just because I was not afraid to. I was daring to do it, right? So, that just mentally clicked in my head when people were hating on the thumbnail. I was like, first to do it. You know, not literally first, but one of the first, right? I think people were just like, they don't like change. They don't like something new or different outside of their comfort zone. People, it's natural. It's normal. Hell, I'm like that sometimes too. Even though Virgo love change, I still sometimes I'm like, you know, not too fast, you know, like change, yes, but not too quickly. Right. So I think it was too sudden for people. I might not do it. I can see how it's affecting people's job. Like, why would I contribute or support something that can cause eventually someone to lose their job, you know, their job. So it's hard to talk clearly when I'm chewing, but yeah, I just want to do something a little different. It's just so good. I can't stop eating it. I had maple donuts. But I thought I would stay silent and not address it, kind of ignore it, brush it off, you know. But, like, you know, I like to address things when things die down, you know, the dust settles and people forget about it. But yeah, that's my truth. I just want to try something new. I honestly didn't think much of it. People were saying it's like an environmental thing too. So I understand, you know. At the end of the day, you have to support what your audience wants. So I'm not going to do that anymore, but I wanted to experiment. It didn't seem like it did much of a change anyway to my channel. But like at the end of the day, I'm the YouTuber. I will do what's best for my channel regardless, you know, that period. You know, I have free will. I have my own free life. I'm free to do what I please as long as I hurt no one, right? So in a sense, this, you know, if this machine contributes to causing collective harm, why would you contribute to that, So I thought consciously, okay, it's not like something I hugely support anyway. I just literally was like, let me see how well this thing makes thumbnails. That's it. And I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cute. It's actually pretty cool that it can like do without you putting in the work and time. Because I'm, an ASMR artist, but I'm not like an artist where I used to do like Photoshop on my thumbnails. I used to kind of experiment with that. And, people, again, were kind of like, some people were like, oh, this is weird or strange. I don't really like how, it makes your face look unnatural or makes your eyes pop or shine or whatever. Your teeth whiter, your eyes whiter. It looks unnatural. So, people like the natural in the ASMR community. As long as it's presentable, as long as you're not like scaring someone in the thumbnail, right? So I could see how these thumbnails could possibly scare someone as well. So that's when I decided, okay, I'm not going to do that. At least for the time being, until it's more eco-friendly and job-friendly. Let's put it that way. And it doesn't destroy us all. So, I'm going to go ahead and try a plain donut now. This is a very interesting hole. Just because I can't eat too much sweets. Not good for the stomach, but I'm going to close the box of donuts now. I left them out overnight. I don't like putting them in the fridge the first night. Usually the second night onwards. Because it loses its freshness. It gets very stiff. And then you kind of have to warm it in the microwave. It doesn't hit the same. But yeah. But I'm also sort of noticing, at least my perspective, my opinion, that like a lot of things are like politicized nowadays. There's like, certain person in power. And then like if they decide to go the path with this machine thingy, I think that's why a lot of people were like, oh, it's not good. But then like if someone else was in power saying, oh, let's go down the path of this machine thing, and everyone will be like, yay, what? It's like the insanity, right? So it's kind of like that too. I kind of feel like a lot of people are hating on it now because it's just like very pushed and forced out there now because of certain, it sort of feels like that to me. It really does. Like if you think about it. Yeah. I think the hate toward it will settle down maybe in the next 3-4 years. That's my prediction. There'll still be people who refuse it and don't want to associate with it. I don't have an opinion. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about half the time. So we'll just leave it there. But I have the right to my opinion. So I'm just commenting on what I'm noticing with the collective, and what I'm observing in people's behavior, human nature. It makes sense. If you hate person A and you love person B, if person A tells you to do something, you'll say, shove it. If person B tells you to do that same thing person A just told you to do, you're going to say, I love you. That's what's happening now. Pretty obvious. But anyway, let's move on. So, right now I'm reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets because I'm nerdy like that. I think we all have an inner Hermione Granger. So I'm pretty deep into it. We're going to a Universal Orlando in December, God willingness, to see the Harry Potter. I never went to the Harry Potter before, I don't think, or at least it's been so long, I just don't recall. And I've been going to Orlando like every month now, literally for months, but just not Universal specifically. We're waiting till me and my partner both watch all the movies, all 8 movies, and read all 7 books. Oh, I'm reading 6 because I already read the 7th recently, and then I went back and read the first. I'm starting from the first, going up to the 6th, and then stopping there. So we can remember the whole story of Harry Potter, so we can absorb more while we go there and enjoy the experience more. And yeah, so wherever this bookmark is, that's how far I am. I'm almost done. And I have this little reading light that I thought would be so cutesy to do like a little follow the light with. I just changed the battery so it has a more potent light to it. So maybe you want to follow the reading light as it goes along. Following that reading light. I'm just relaxing now. Just drifting now, drifting away, just relaxing. So again, this video is not really one particular topic, theme, or thing, just kind of random scattered assortment. Sometimes I do these whenever I feel, I guess, justified to do so. I don't know if that even makes sense whatsoever. But yeah, I love the Minalima version. I love the artwork, the 3-dimension, the pop-up vibe and aspect to it, you know, like opening lemon drop. Oh, and then the doors open and reveal. I can't do it with 2 hands. It's impossible. But you know what I mean, okay? Beautiful, gorgeous artwork, illustrations here. This is the snake door, right? The Chamber of Secrets. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened, right? So, here's one more. This is so cute. Oh my gosh. I love how she drew the mandrake. It's so cute. A little baby mandrake. It's not cute as the screaming, but it's cute nonetheless. So, yeah, just, you know, working on tackling that book. I read the first one. Gonna start, obviously, the third after this. I bought the 4th Minalima. That's supposed to come in October next month. So, what else has really been going on in my life? I don't know. I've sort of just been kind of taking it easy, you know, focusing on work, living my same usual life, you know. Nothing really much has changed. Life's pretty simple right now, in my opinion. Not much is really going on, you know. Spiritual Anatomy by Daji. Meditation, chakras, and the journey to the center. So this is I'm maybe about halfway through at this point. I'm actually learning a lot more about the chakras I didn't even realize, and how, you know, they can be very closed off at times, and how you kind of have to let them like all open it, where it starts from like the root chakra and then up. Like you have to, which I knew obviously, but you have to you know, make sure while you're working your way up, all the other chakras are still in alignment and balance. Otherwise, you have to start over. So it kind of makes sense. And just, you know, going into other concepts that really opens your mind. So I love learning about spirituality and stuff like that. And, you know, your attitude being an important, crucial key role in your success of the healing journey. And you have things like called samskaras that attach to your being. Like, let's say you went to Dunkin Donuts once and someone cussed you out in traffic that day, so you were in a bad mood when you bought donuts. Now you'll forever associate and attach donuts with being in a bad mood, and you're like, why every time I'm looking or thinking of donut, I'm in a bad mood all of a sudden, you know? So that's a samskara that attaches to your energy being, and every time you look at that thing or that person, or that you're in that event or that place, or something reminds you, like, you know. So clearing those is working on clearing the chakras first. And then just being mindful, to shift, something that's been helping me a lot lately is not thinking, just emptying your mind completely and entirely. So when you're noticing that you're tending to overthink, it's important to pause, stop yourself right then and there, and just allow yourself to realize you're overthinking to begin with, and then just stop thinking. Just let it go. Just drop it completely. Let it go. I think we struggle so much to let things go sometimes. So this is a powerful practicing tool. It's almost like a meditative tool as well. It doesn't really mention that too much in this book, but I still do my daily reads and still learning a lot every single day. I help clients, help people around the world, so I'm supposed to constantly absorb information, learn new things, open my mind, open my heart. This will teach you the good way forward, how to really clear away a lot that's been holding you back for many years. Sometimes things happen in childhood we don't even realize happen in childhood. Like this story I heard. Well, okay, it's not appropriate for YouTube. I won't go into it, but basically it has something to do with donuts too. And she just became very unhealthy, gained a lot of weight, and she just couldn't stop eating sweets, and she wondered why. And then she realized something bad happened to her that day, and donuts were her comfort food. Her mom didn't know what happened to her that day. You can probably guess, but she gave her donuts right away, and then that was her comfort to make her better, to suppress that memory of what happened to her, right? So that's why she became very unhealthy and ate all this junk food and stuff. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting when we dive deep. And we realize where the source of a lot of our problems are. It's so true. So much truth. So I still continue to order from HelloFresh. I just got my weekly order. I get 3 meals a week from them, which is perfect for dinner. Monday, Wednesday, Friday dinners. Perfect. I spread them out so I don't have to cook all the time every day. And they have this now, not sponsored, purchase with my own funds, but a weekly edition of a magazine, like a mini mag, just like 4-page mag. It's called The Bite. And this week is the health edition. It says, our new favorite health-conscious dishes, ingredients, and habits are here. So, salad is something I love. I love salad. I don't know why people don't like salad sometimes, but I can't have it all the time. It's not right. But I definitely need to add and incorporate more in my diet for sure. So I love when they have little side dishes of salad, even though I also don't like it because it's less filling, because some of these meals you're kind of hungry after 3-4 hours. And you always feel like you need to eat something else like dessert, and then that makes it unhealthy again. But a lot of my meals I order from them are protein rich, hearty meals, when I have vegetables. Something that can be very filling, like potatoes and meatloaf with, I don't know, whatever, green beans on the side, you know what I mean, right? So something like that. So it says your menu is now 2 times healthier. So they're always adding new recipes and stuff, and they're promising users now they increase their monthly fee, which I was at first now I have to pay $70 a week. But they have allegedly increased their portions, or they're slowly working on it. So I've noticed when they're sending things like carrots and stuff, it's a little more, than what they usually do. Or maybe sometimes they'll be double serving of little extra added. It's hard to explain. So they added the chimichurri, tofu, and spinach grain bowls, oregano chicken with couscous feta salad, panko crusted chimichurri barramundi. Barramundi is something they added recently, I believe. Thai sweet potato and edamame grain bowls, pulled mushroom taco board, and 1-pan sticky miso ginger salmon. All these advanced names. So they have an app, I guess. Cottage cheese, cookie dough. Oh my god, that's too healthy. I don't like cottage cheese. I can't even have cottage cheese. Blue zones. Blue zones, it says, are regions of the world with exceptionally high concentrations of people who live to be over 100. Like Japan, right? Where residents also tend to enjoy longer, healthier lives. These areas include Loma Linda, California. Oh, okay. Wow, I would have never guessed California. Okinawa, Japan. Okinawa. Sardinia, Italy, I believe that. The Nicoya Peninsula, Costa Rica, I believe that. And Ikaria, Greece. Research suggests that lifestyle factors common in blue zones such as primarily plant-based diets, plant-based, regular natural physical activity, strong social connections, and a clear sense of purpose may also contribute to residents' longevity. Foods associated with blue zones include a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts and seeds, plant-based proteins, and olive oil. Psst! Try our upcoming Iranian-inspired butternut squash stew for a healthy dose of veggies and legumes. I only heard about legumes since like 3 years ago. I had no idea what that even was before. Protein Pro, whether you're adding scoops of protein powder to smoothies, swapping out chips for beef jerky at snack time, or doubling up on the meat in your HelloFresh order thanks to our 2x option. It feels like everyone's in the hunt for more protein these days. But do you know how much of this essential macronutrient you're really getting? Test your knowledge by matching each ingredient to its corresponding protein amount. Oh, I can't do that. But they're showing barramundi, pork chops, shrimp, tofu, chicken cutlet, chicken sausage, bavette steak, salmon, chickpeas, and ground turkey. Just the facts. Making informed choices about your meals just got even easier to you. Okay, I'm not going to read all this. I think I read enough. It says vegetables are a major source of nutrients. It's important to make sure you're eating enough every single day. They have vitamins, minerals, crucially fiber, which helps digestion, regulates blood sugar, and lowers cholesterol. Yes. So it says the sweet spot's 2.5 cups of vegetables a day. Wow. That's a lot, isn't it? Because when you chop it down, doesn't it shrink a lot? I don't know. You want a good mark of dark leafy greens like bok choy and kale, cooked with veggies like carrot and eggplant, and starchy ones like sweet potatoes, corn, and peas, plus beans and lentils, all of which you can find regularly on the menu. Okay, cool. So they're just advertising their menu hardcore. So yeah, just a quick little mag to show like what they have to offer. And so that's all I really wanted to share with you today. I'm done with my donuts, my Dunkin Donuts. And yeah, really my life is not that interesting right now. I have a couple things coming up planned into next month, November, December. Like I said, I'm kind of taking it easy, I'm kind of rolling with the punches, going with the flow. I'm not really, doing anything crazy or big or extraordinary. I just think now's not the time for that anyway. I know a lot of people are definitely not in that celebratory mood or spirit anyway. I constantly have people telling me like, oh, I hope you're okay with everything going on. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. We're all gonna be fine. It's just like life constantly is just changing. That's just there's just nothing we can do about that. And we have to, continue to grow mentally stronger and handle the coming changes, just so like I've been saying in the last couple videos, watch those last prior to hour-long videos I've made. I think that's going to help a lot of people get a lot of sense of things going on. But yeah, the energies are whack this week. So, we'll see what happens on the other side of this. By the time this comes out, it's going to be the 24th. So hopefully everything's okay on the other side of this. But, yeah, it's going to be crazy different, I guess, on the other side, right? Just notice how you feel with each passing day. I'm sure a lot of people, when they're waking up in the morning, they're not enthused to be here, or they feel like there's a lot of like stuff going on. And if they feel that way, just do the work, clear those samskaras, as they say. Maybe pick up that book, do your meditation, continue doing the work, because the work doesn't stop. It stops with you, right? It's all up to you to decide, how am I going to feel today? It's a choice. How am I going to move forward today? Am I going to make the most of my day today? Am I going to make the best of it? And let this be your inspiration. I'm not just falling on deaf ears today. I'm not just giving you tough love. I'm telling you, you have the key within to decide your fate, your destiny here, how you want your experience to look like, how enjoyable you want it to be. It's no longer a time to blame external circumstances outside of you. It's time to hold ourselves accountable. And, when we make a mistake, correcting our wrongdoings, admitting our faults, or, saying our sorries, or just, really being there for those we love, but still being there for yourself, not forgetting you at the end of the day. It's not selfish, okay? I know a lot of my past clients have struggled with this energy as well, or even vice versa, being too selfless. There's the opposite as well. And so if that's you, maybe it's time to book a service. Maybe you feel like I'm drawn to you in some way. Sometimes I jokingly say my tough love draws you in, or maybe you see strength in me and you need someone like that to support you during a time of need, or but I'm always going to be here to inspire you. I'm not here to tell you need to rely on me or depend on me and my services. I'm not about that. I don't want that, I don't want that kind of money, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure people do get better. I want to see my clients get well, and that they can handle things on their own moving forward. Even if they need, backup help and resources, sometimes, or guidance, or they need, that's just something. There's nothing wrong with that. We all need guidance. We all fall back sometimes, or we all feel like we need that mentor to kind of move us forward. And I'm so grateful that I can be that therapist, kind of I can't call myself therapist, but counselor type of individual to help you through your readings, your healings, even your custom ASMR videos. I find sometimes those are the most healing and helpful and advice filled than any of them combined, because, the things you guys request on there is so specific and unique to your situation that a lot of times just sitting here giving advice is very beneficial to your well-being. So I thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for filling my belly with me. I hope you enjoy some wonderful Dunkin Donuts. Go on the Dunkin app, child. You get free donuts all the time, okay? All right, guys. I will see you all very soon. Bye, guys.